Hey, what is going on? This is your stimulus check updated information to try to get Congress to start sending out stimulus checks on a monthly basis. Now, this is something I think is going to come down the road where they're going to have to come out with some type of monthly payment to everybody, and there's a lot of pressure on Congress to come out with these new monthly payment plans. And I want to show you some of the things with Congress and what they're trying to do, how they're trying to get these monthly payments sent out. If you haven't seen already, there's a giant budget bill that Nancy Pelosi has created in the House of Representatives. It's a $3.5 trillion budget plan. This looks like it's going to probably have some type of stimulus inside of it. It's the American Families Plan. The American Families Plan has the child tax credit that's going to be extended out over through 2025. Now, inside of this American Families Plan is a lot of people in Congress, a lot of senators, a lot of House representatives that are trying to get a monthly payment sent out to everybody. Now, this online petition is something that was created last year by Stephanie Bonin. She set this up to kind of just get people aware of what Congress should be doing right now. And she said, and basically the change.org launched by Stephanie Bonin last year urges U.S. Senate and the House Representatives and Senate to deliver legislation to support families with a $2,000 payment for adults and $1,000 payments for kids immediately, and continued regular checks for the duration of the crisis. Now, we have this new variant that's ramping up, and people are getting hospitalization again, so it looks like they're trying to get a monthly payment set up. I personally think if a lot of the governors and in these states, if they shut down businesses again like they did before, that they're going to have to come out with some type of support for their local businesses. Now, Representative Ilhan Omar, a Minnesota Democrat, introduced a bill on July 30th that would establish a federal universal basic income system. If passed, the 5-year income pilot program would pay at least $1,200 per month to U.S. adults earning under $75,000 and dependents half the amount adults receive. Only 4 legislators, Democratic Representatives Cori Bush of Missouri and these other senators, have said they're ready to sign on to this. So what this is, it's called the Support Act, and this is going to give everybody $1,200 payments that do qualify for this. Now, I think the qualifications might be the same as it was before with the first 3 checks of $75,000 or less. If they do that, that would be great. I think they're going to eventually have to come out with this, and they're going to have to bypass Congress and just go straight to the Treasury, let the Treasury send out checks to people. And then a lot of other Democrats in the House of Representatives are also jumping on board. In fact, the effort came after 56 House Democrats passed Biden for recurring stimulus checks, or pressed Biden for recurring stimulus checks in a letter sent in January where they insisted one more check is not enough. And that's something a lot of the economists are saying, that they need some type of monthly payment to go out to everybody. I think this is the precursor for the universal basic income that should be coming down the road here shortly. I know the last president was trying to get a monthly payment set up. President Biden, I thought, talked about it during his campaign to try to get this up. But in this new $3.5 trillion budget bill that Nancy Pelosi has set up, this is what's going to possibly have the 4th stimulus check. And if they can do that, then it'll be a monthly payment that goes out every month. They don't have to worry about getting a new bill signed or any type of new support act. I just think it's almost one of those things where it's maybe just going to happen regardless of whether people want it to happen. The Federal Reserve also is coming out with their Fed Now coin, that they're having a stable coin where they're going to maybe drop an app into your phone, and then you can take that app and you go out there and spend it. I've listened to Jerome Powell before, and he's talked about this up and coming Fed Now stable coin that they're trying to work on to get that out the door. Now, it's good news for a lot of the states out there. There are all the states in the United States have all received stimulus money. They've received close to $380 billion in stimulus, and each state has the ability to turn around and pay people in that state. So right now, if you do live in California, you're going to be getting a $600 check if you qualify for that, plus $500 for dependents. I think those are going out this week, so that's good news for those in California. You do have to live in California. You have to file your returns with the Franchise Tax Board in order to get that stimulus. Colorado, same thing. One unemployment payment from those dates right there, be getting a $375 check. And then high-income workers who qualify for more than $500 per week and base unemployment benefits are not eligible for that. Maryland looks like they're going to be sending out $500 for families and $300 for individuals. New Mexico, they're going to be sending out I think it's a $740 check to people in New Mexico. There's about $5 million set aside for stimulus money. New York, there's a $2.1 billion fund that's set up for undocumented workers. And then you have Florida, which is they're sending out $1,000 checks to teachers and administrators, and then also they're sending out to frontline workers. So you have EMT, a fire department, places, things like that. They're sending out that $1,000 bonus checks to people that work in those areas. And then Georgia, they're going to be sending out $1,000 to teachers. Michigan's the same way. They're sending out $500 to teachers. Tennessee, the same, $1,000 to teachers. And then you have Texas. A lot of the individual cities are going to be sending out stimulus checks to those different cities. So Irvine, I think is one of them that they're sending out $2,000 payments to teachers to try to get them back to work. And I realize that I understand that they're targeting specific areas in that state to teachers. I think there's still a lot of people out there that do qualify that should probably get another stimulus. I don't know if some of the other states, I think, have to spend that money before December 31st. So I think over the course of the next couple of weeks or even this month, we might start to see other states come out with their own stimulus program to the people that do qualify in those areas. But again, that's something that each state has the ability to send out stimulus payments. They just got to wait for their legislation or the state governor to come up with some type of plan to get more money. And it looks like some of the states have a very big education lobbying group because they did get stimulus checks out to those people. I don't know if the lobbying group in the other states are going to be as strong for education. One of the things that's actually ending this week is going to be the unemployment benefits. That was $300 per week. That was something that was set up to where people were getting that monthly payments on a weekly basis for unemployment. I don't know. I think it's the unemployment should be something that's set up to where people get that if they're unemployed, but we'll have to see if they keep that going. I think in the American Families Plan, President Biden, he's trying to extend out the unemployment. He also wants to extend out the child tax credit. If you haven't done so already, you can file your returns with the Treasury. There's a free filing tool that's available online. If you go there and you just sign up, you can file your returns online, and then you'll be able to get your payment. There is a section in there on the filing called the Recovery Rebate Credit. And in that section, you can say to the Treasury that you did not receive your first two payments, and then you would get that. Also, if you do have dependents, you want to add those to your returns because you do get a $1,400 check for all the dependents that you do file with your returns. And then if you do have children, you're going to be set up for that child tax credit. If you do have a baby that was born this year, you can add that new baby to your returns, and you'll be able to pick up that stimulus check in the year 2022 next year, but you say the baby was born in 2021 because of the way that the American Rescue Plan was created in March of 2021. So any baby that's was born this year will be part of the stimulus payment next year. Plus, any baby that you do have, new babies, you'll be set up for a monthly stimulus check from the child tax credit. Each child under the age of 6 receives $3,600 in child tax credit, which is, it's a pretty big check. And what they're going to be doing is sending out monthly payments on that. So anybody that has newborn under the age of 6, you'll be getting a $300 check. And then anybody that between the age of 6 and 17, you get a $250 check. So that's definitely good news. Those of you that are on SSI, SSDI, you have to file your returns with the Treasury. And you can use that free filing tool on the Treasury website. You just go to the website, sign up, get that set up. Those of you that have been commenting below about you're missing your check, there is a trace tool. If you go to the Treasury website, there's a place where you can do a trace on your check, And then if you do that, there's a form you have to fill out, and once you fill out that form, then what they'll do is they'll try to do a trace to find out where your check was, because maybe it got lost, maybe it got stolen, who knows where it went, but you can do a trace to try to find that check. And that's good news, because if you did lose it and it's out there, you want to have them cancel that check and then mail you out a new one. That way you definitely get your check from the federal government, because if they're handing out checks, you might as well take one and get it. So if you haven't gotten it, you want to check on that. There's also a portal you can go in there and check on your check, see where it's at. If they mailed it or if they haven't mailed it, you can check on that portal. That's on the Treasury website also. Hey, so if you have any questions about stimulus, go ahead and drop those questions in the comments below. This is your daily stimulus check updated information.